Hello guys, welcome back to the Medical Brain YouTube channel. I am here with the interesting concept that is cell structure and its function. Let's see the definition of the cell and the function of the cell here. Very simply, we are going to see about the introduction of the cell and the definition of the cell. Now what is the definition? Definition is the cell is the basic fundamental unit of life. Okay, see it. The cell is the basic fundamental unit of the life. Now what is mean by fundamental and basic? Where the life itself going to be start, initial part of the life. From there only the life going to be begin. Okay, that's why the words are used here, basic and fundamental, right? Next, what is or another definition of the cell is the basic structural. Yes, is very important here. Two words are going to make a definition of the cell here, that is structural and functional unit of life and organism. Definitely structural, which gives the shape of the cell, and functional, which carry out the functions. So together makes a cell here. Okay, now from this definition we are going to understand the importance of the cell in the body. Yes, see, now what is the introductory part of the cell? The term, okay, the term cell, right, is introduced by English scientist. Okay, who introduced the cell word, right? Here the English scientist, a very famous and very popular scientist. His name is Robert Hooke. What is the name? I repeat it, Robert Hooke, in the year of 1665. Yes, now in this era the innovatives and the researchers are on its peak, but in the 1665, what an interesting fact is given by the Robert Hooke, that is cell, that is basic fundamental unit of the life, by which only we are taking the next steps ahead to the innovation, right? Yes, all the living organisms are made of cells, definitely. Yes or no? Yes, we are giving the proof enough. The all organisms are made of cells, definitely. Yes. So next see. Yes. Next see the organisms classification. Right. Now the living organisms classified into two main types. Okay. The living organisms. Now in the previous slide only we learnt about the cell. Now here we are going to learn about the organisms. Afterwards definitely we are going to learn about or study about the types of the cell, right? Here living organisms are classified into main two types, that is multicellular and unicellular. Okay, see here, multicellular. Yes, multicellular organisms. Word already split in three syllables, right? Multicellular organisms. So multi means more than two, more than four, more than that, right? Now uni means one. Unicellular, cellular, which is gives the meaning cell, composed with the cells. How many cells? More than four, more than that, more than that. The composition of cells are more than two, more than that. Now organisms, multicellular organisms, unicellular organisms. Let's see here. First one is multicellular organisms. Multicellular organisms cells are grouped into many cells which carries the specific function. Okay, see, which carries the specific function. Example of multicellular is animals, plants, etc. A very is here, that is multicellular organism cells are grouped into many cells. Definitely in the cells they are grouped as a, when the cells are going to group they make a tissue. Okay, now tissues carry out their specific kind of the function which is mentioned here. Next is the unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms are cell grouped into the single which carries the specific function. Example, unicellular organisms, amoeba. Okay, amoeba, bacteria, etc. Here, how can we get the differentiation between multicellular and unicellular? Multicellular organisms consisting different kind of the system and organs. in a one body. And the unicellular organisms consisting a single body with a single type of the task or any function. Okay, so let's see. Yes, we proceed towards the shape of the cell, right? The shape of the cell is depends on its functions of the different shape. It may be the spherical, oval, irregular, spindle in the shape. Okay, so how many shapes are there for the cell? That is, maybe it is a spherical or oval in shape, maybe irregular, maybe spindle in the shape. Okay, now how can we get that it is a oval, it is a spherical? Depend on the or it is a multicellular or it is a unicellular. Based on that only we are going to decide the shape of the cell. Next, size of the cell, very important. It is the introductory part of the second PU. In the second PU only they are given this concept about the shape of the cell and the type of the cell and the multicellular and unicellular organisms concept. Okay, so it is a useful video for them only. Here the most cell are visible only with a microscope, only a few micrometers in a diameter. A smallest cell is about 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer. Okay, now see here, the most cells are visible only with the microscope. Definitely, the most cells are only visible, we can see them with the help of the microscope, and their smallest cell size, see here, that is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer. A largest cell is based on the functions 130 micrometer and up to 170 micrometer in the size. Now we can observe here, this is the size of the smallest cell, 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer, and this is the 130 to 170 micrometer in the size is the largest cell. Next, the size of the cell is based on the function it performs and not on the size of an organism. Okay, yes, it is a very important point here, notable point I say. The size of the cell is based on the function it performs and not on the size of an organism. If you take the unicellular example, amoeba, if you are going to judge it by its size, because it is a unicellular example, it's not about the size, it's about the function what the amoeba cell carry out. Okay, it is unicellular, but it's carrying out in very important function and impactful function for its body. Okay, see, in the next slide, it is a very important slide here. There are two types of cells are there, right? Now classification or types of cell, prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell. There are two types of the cells, very important. I repeat it again and again, remember this concept. The prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell. See here, the first one is your prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell are the simplest. I'm going to give it a double underline and double comma. Simplest form of the life. They are single-celled organisms, right? So what is the mean by prokaryotic cell? It's clearly that it made with the single cell, right? Now another point, their genetic material is DNA, floats within the cell. Okay, where their deoxyribose nucleic acid, which short form is DNA. DNA floats within, where it the floating? Within the cell, right? Now it means prokaryotic cell consisting genetic material as a DNA. Now what about the eukaryotic? Eukaryotic cells are the most complex or a more complex and make plants, animals, fungi, etc. Yes, definitely. As we see in the multicellular, unicellular examples are there for the plants, animals. In the unicellular, we taken the example amoeba and etc. bacteria, etc. No, here also we are going to take the examples for the eukaryotic. The eukaryotic cells are the more complex and make plants, animals and fungi. It means the higher animals made with the eukaryotic cells. Okay. Now these cells have well defined nucleus. Yes. And various organelles. This makes it a very complex one. Yes, absolutely. The word complex, more complex, gives the proof. What? Nucleus and the various organelles are composed in eukaryotic cell. Got it? See here. How? In the eukaryotic cell, we can find more than 8 organelles, part of the cell, are present in the cell. In the prokaryotic, we cannot differentiate how many organelles are there in the cell. A very less number of the organelles are present within the prokaryotic cell. But in case of the eukaryotic cell, we can find a true nucleus. It's very important, True nucleus, within that the organelles, more than 8 organelles are present. Got it? Next, that perform specific functions. Definitely when we are going to talk about the organelles, it is a very important chapter and concept where we can got the organelles, name of the organelles, list of the organelles and their specific function. Yes, and the eukaryotic cells are the often larger and more specialized than prokaryotic cells. Definitely. They are single celled, they are multicellular, they are unicellular, they are multicellular. That's why they consisting specialized prokaryotic cell and their shape. Yes. Yes. Now this is your structure of cell. Yes. Okay. So in the structure, in the cell, we can observe that it is oval shaped, spherical, etc. etc. Now in the comment, let me know here what is the shape of the cell. Please comment me the answer and look at the structure of the cell. Now we can start that. This is a cytoplasm. Okay, cytoplasm. Jelly-like structure present within the cell is called as cytoplasm. Okay, and after that, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Right. It is, in the short, we can say that a SER. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Why it is called as smooth? Absence of the proteins or ribosomes. Ribosomes are absent. Where the ribosomes are absent on the surface, it is called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And beside or backside of that, your SER, your RER is there. RER. See, rough endoplasmic reticulum. It means presence of the ribosomes. Right? Now you can see here. These are the beads-like structures are the ribosomes, which are on the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum. If they are present, it is considered as a rough endoplasmic reticulum. If they are absent, it is considered as a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. After that, suicide cells, suicide bags of the cell, lysosomes. See. After that, microtubules. After that, cell plasma membrane. A very important, a primary part of the cell, that is cell or a plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is a semi-permeable, permeable. We will discuss it later. Next, secretory vesicles. Now, you can see that these are the secretory vesicles. Next, centrioles. These are the centrioles. These are the ribosomes, beads-like structures. Next, it is the central part, that is nucleus, nucleolus, and a surrounding part, nucleus. Okay. Next, Golgi apparatus. See here. This is your Golgi apparatus, Golgi vesicles, which are surrounded by that, and the mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell. Now, dear students, let me know how is the video, and if you are having any doubts, let me know in the comment. In this video, I covered introduction of the cell, shape of the cell, types of the cell, structure of the cell. In the next video, we will meet with the types and the cell organelles one by one. In that video we are going to detailedly study it. Okay, so thank you for the watching this video. Please do subscribe our Medical Brain YouTube channel. Thank you so much.